All right. So here's what we're going to do. I have this set for a final settlement conference. And just while we're all here, what's the issue?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. Mr. Adams appeared at first hearing or the second hearing in front of you, and I was here, and indicated that he had repair issues
Right.
to the bathroom ceiling. And following that hearing, plaintiff's maintenance team went in, did the repairs. Then we came back last time, and Mr. Adams indicated that there were still issues. He wasn't satisfied that there was in the corners of the bathroom, there was discoloration. And so maintenance went in again and corrected that, but Mr. Adams indicates that he is a contractor and it was not, it's not to his satisfaction. So plaintiff's position is that these were not reported until we were at court. Once we were at court, everything was done properly, and Mr. Adams still refuses to, it's still contesting the case, essentially.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Kind of a good synopsis of what's going on?
No, Your Honor. I don't really have like representation, and I don't really know how to put it together as eloquently as everybody else do, but it's a simple matter of like this was an issue that was brought up last year and first in court in September or October, if I'm not mistaken. And it kind of got swept under the rug then, and I had maintenance came out again in November, like to show you I don't know if it's possible if I could just show you what was going on with it. It's like, it was like hanging this mold there and they just keep painting over it. And it's like, it comes back. Like
let me ask you this.
I just wanted them to just take it out and replace it. You know what I mean? Like, all they're doing is keep putting paint over.
Hold on a second. One of the things, and I need you to just think about this for a moment. I don't need a comment from you. One of the things is that because the determination I'm going to make is not whether it looks cosmetically good, whether or not I'm going to be looking at whether or not the unit is habitable. Okay. Now that can mean that it might not look like I want it to look in my house, right? Or something that doesn't suit well with you. But the question really becomes, is the unit habitable? Before I even get to that point, though, is there also then, in terms of looking at anything, what did the landlord do when notified?
Can I? You just asking me? Well, they come to court and they saying like that they just repaired and all of that. But I have a video, and even the guy who came out, he's saying that McKinley doesn't want to do the right repairs on it, and they sent me out to just paint over it. Like I have him on video saying it, and it's just basically they're just trying to cover it up. It is like you can't just take mold and put paint over it. Like I have a video before and after.
It depends, sir.
It does. But it's been evident that it's not going to work because after they did it, that's why I wanted to show you like the video. It fell back down and then the mold is still there and it's exposed.
Right, but that's what you raised the last time, and then they went back out.
And then they painted it again. So it's like, but all they did was, I don't mean to cut you off, like all they really did is just paint over it. They did the same thing that they did in November. So what my position is, in a couple months, it's going to be back exposed. The mold is still there.
Okay, let me just say that. Let's assume, and I'm not saying that you are, let's assume what you're telling me is all correct. Okay. What then do you want to do? Or have the court do?
Honestly, I was asking if they would have somebody to come out and take the mold out. The section where the mold is, I just want them to take that section out and then replace it. That's it. I'm happy with the apartment. Everything else is cool, but there's 4 rooms in that apartment, and that one is not really used.
So he wants the section with the mold taken out.
The section with the mold the section that he was complaining of that had drywall that fell out was cut out and was replaced and was sanded and painted. The other areas that were treated for the mildew with a mold and mildew type treatment. and
Right.
then, painted with kills and painted over. So, I mean, it looks cosmetically fine. It is cosmetically fine. It is okay. There is no mildew. This is a bathroom. The exhaust fan needs to be used. People need to, make sure that there's airflow in there. But plaintiff's position is, I mean, they've done everything they need to do. They're not gonna replace the entire, drywall of the full ceiling when it doesn't need to be replaced.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
It's not just as simple as that. The tub up over me had flooded, and this came out since we were going to court when they went to go check upstairs. The tub over me had flooded, so it's just like was just standing water sitting right up over my shower,
Okay, but
and it was leaking down into there and everything.
let me just ask you this. If I say that the landlord has done everything proper and tell them they don't need to do anymore, what are you going to do with that?
Honestly, I was thinking that if you've seen what was going on, I don't think that would be possible for you to actually be able to say. I would have to pay
not
it.
an answer to me.
Yeah, I would have to pay it if whatever the judgment is. I would have to follow what the judgment is, but I think that they would too. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain this right.
So what is right as we sit here today? What is your issue with what they've done?
My only issue is that it's mold that's going to come. I've been living in an apartment for 3 years, and honestly, this isn't even the first time that this has happened. It's just always just gets swept under the rug. I'm happy with the apartment. I just don't want to live with the mold.
What I'm asking. What I'm asking is, right now, as we stand here today, it's fixed.
No. They just painted over it.
Okay. Sir.
I mean, if we call them,
I think they use kilns.
I have a video they did, and they use just regular paint.
Pardon?
Can I speak, sir? I did take, that's why I would like to just show the evidence that I have. I took a video, it's a video of the guy doing it. He explained that he's only using paint and he just put paint there. Like it's the whole video of it. The guy said they told me to just come paint over it. He used regular paint. He didn't use any kills. He came with a bucket of, I have a video. He came with a bucket of paint and painted over it. And that was it. He just made it to where it looked like it's okay. And it just basically it makes me look discredited that because I'm still there with mold. And in a couple months, it's going to be the same issue.
Sir, right now, how do I know that there's mold? If I went over there right now, how would I figure that out?
If you went and scratched, you scratched
so
your finger,
I have to go underneath.
Yeah, the paint, yes. Honestly, yes. Right at this point, yes.
But how is that harmful for you?
Because like I said, it just keep coming back through. Like
but it hasn't.
Well, it has come back through. That's why we're here.
No.
What they have right now has no.
Since their last repair, it hasn't.
No, it has not.
Okay.
No, it has not. Since the last repair about a week or two ago, like a couple weeks ago, no, it has not. So, and if that be the case, and if that be the standard that we're going by, then
well, sir, it's not just the standard we're going by. It's like if the landlord comes in and let's take it out of this, but let's say a pipe burst, right?
Right.
Landlord comes in, they fix the pipe. For whatever the reason, 2 weeks later, the pipe burst. Right?
Correct.
Landlord comes in, they fix the pipe. You can't then just hold up saying they need to do something so that these pipes don't burst.
I understand that.
Because the landlord, they have to provide you a unit that's habitable. They're not guarantors of everything that's going to happen in that unit.
Right.
I mean, there are certain things they have to do to make sure. I mean, they have to do some preventative stuff, but there's nothing they can't prevent everything.
Right.
And sometimes the only thing that can happen is I have to wait. I've done a repair. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. You use the tenant. If it doesn't work, have to let them know it doesn't work. Sometimes in units, for whatever the reason, you're going to have recurring problems, right? And
Yeah,
sometimes it's just where the unit is, right? Sometimes there's not a real good reason.
Yeah, I'm understandable to that, and I'm not. I don't want to make it seem like I'm just trying to be a bag. None of that. It's just like I'm living in a house with mold. I've been staying in this apartment
Well,
for years, and I
okay,
just want to clear.
but here's the thing.
I know the danger.
I often have to explain this to people. People, nobody wants to live necessarily with mold, but sometimes mold we all live with mold every day.
Correct.
Right. In different ways.
Correct.
Right. So sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, sometimes whatever.
I have to take a shower in it every day and agitate it. That's where for
Pardon?
Like when you're taking a shower and it's like it's getting agitated every day when
what's getting agitated?
When there's mold in your shower and it's just like and you're going to step into it and it's like it's dripping. Like you know what I mean? When it get wet, it drips. It gets, you know, like I'm living in that. It's like that's what I would like to just show you like what I'm talking about. Like
hold on, sir.
It's different. Like when it's just
a bathroom you step into that there hasn't been mold. Because if you do, I want to know where it is.
This could be plausible, but when you see it and you know it's there, it's like we can get rid of this. It's
okay. Let me ask this. As we sit here right now, it's not there. Right?
It's not visible. Correct. Yes, you couldn't see it. Yes, it's not visible now.
Okay, but it's not there. I mean, right now, you have no idea if the repair that's been done has worked.
Well, I can say that it probably didn't because they've done it before and the same thing.
No. As it right now, you can't say that to me because I
can't say that it didn't work. Well,
I mean, you might have a thought that it's not going to.
Well, someone who it wouldn't be my opinion. I'm not like a mold expert, but I'm sure that I just know the dangers of mold, and like how you gave that analogy that it's.
But see, that's what we're getting. I'm not going to get wrapped into that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
If you want to go get an expert, I don't want to. You want an expert to tell me that the mold that's there is dangerous mold, then I'll give you time to do that.
Well, we can do that. Because I mean, honestly, living in somewhere where it's mold.
You want to get an expert to say that?
I called Section 8 actually because I'm on Section 8. I had them to send an inspector out about it, and then I'm just waiting on them to send an inspector about it.
And that's the other thing. You also have that unit has passed inspection.
Yeah, in last May or June or something like that. So it's time again.
Yeah. So are they sending out somebody to inspect?
Yes.
When?
That's why I don't have a date, but I called them about 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting for them to send somebody out.
You guys know anything about that, or? He is due for his annual inspection through CMA, so it'll likely be. We don't know what
it's not due. I called them whatever day that was that they came out and did the repairs. That was the exact date it was.
Do you think it'd be in the next month?
It was whatever date that was. It should be within the next month for sure, because I can tell you what day it was. It was on April 9th. I called
them. And I have talked to Mr. Adams. He doesn't plaintiff's position is that there is no mold. They've done everything they can to repair his concerns with the bathroom. Tenants don't get to decide what how something is repaired. That's the landlord's.
Well, that you sell it maybe more eloquently than I did, but that's precisely it. And the pipe example that I gave you is precisely it. I mean, the landlord can't guarantee everything to you.
But if the analogy you gave with the pipe, say if the pipe burst and then they just hid the pipe so you couldn't see it was bursted, but it was still bursted, and you knew it was bursted.
Okay,
But they hid
I'm
it.
not.
What was that?
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
You're kind of giving me a conspiracy theory. I can't. It doesn't. Here's the other thing. It doesn't behoove the landlord, for the protection of their investment, to just not do anything where there's a problem. It just doesn't. I mean, they have the people there to replace drywall, to do that stuff.
I mean,
so if it were necessary for them to do, they just do it.
They don't. They're working. He came and I saw the video. He said they can't do it. They have to hire a contractor to do it.
You know what? I can't listen to this. You keep going on what other people are telling you. They fixed it. As I've said here today, right as we sit here today, it's fine. What you're worried about is something in the future that I don't know what that is.
I understand what you're saying. I totally understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like so, you come in present today. What is it like today?
What is it today? You came in, you said something was wrong. Each time you come in, the landlord went out, they took care of it. Something happened. They went in, they took care of it.
They did. Actually, they did.
And what you're worried about is, I'm going to have this problem again.
Yes. Yes. Honestly, yes.
So, and you're looking at me sitting here in this robe that I'm going to be able to stop that problem from happening again. I can't do that.
I got you.
If I had to do that with every tenant that came before me,
and that's what
I would never sleep.
I mean to cut you off, but that's where my misunderstanding. I don't have a representation, and I don't know everything. I just know a very small.
No, you've done just fine. Part of my job is I have to cut through what people are telling me.
Right.
You're good. I hear you. Right. I just need you to understand that I can't. There's not a lot I can do when you come in and tell me I have this problem. Tell the landlord, they go fix the problem, right?
Correct.
That's fine. I mean, and here's the thing, sir. You seem like a nice young man, and I'm just going to tell you, if you ever take your car to a place, you can't tell them how they're going to fix it.
Correct.
I can't tell you. If I got a problem, I can't tell you got to put that part from that company on to do. I don't get that. If you put the part on and it works, right.
And I think you said it best when you said that I'm not dealing in present. I just know that this is gonna happen again.
It may.
It is. Yeah. Me, I just know it is.
It may. And Martians may land tomorrow. I have no idea. Okay.
Honestly, we have to deal in the present with the way that this is right.
That's it. I've got to deal with the present, and so. If you're looking at it, so here's what I know, or what I think I know. If the problem comes back and you tell them, they're going to do something about it. Okay? And I'll just say this about McKinley, and it's just true. There's not any bias against them. They're going to try certain things and they're going to do certain things. If they go there a third time and they're getting the same problem, then they're going to look at it in reality, and they're going to be like anybody else that's using any type of common sense. They're going to say to themselves, yeah, we got to do something else because something's happening that this shouldn't happen again.
Gotcha.
Right?
I understand.
And I could almost guarantee that's what they're going to do. They're not going to keep. It doesn't behoove them to keep coming back and just doing the same thing.
Trust me, that's why I'm going to cut you off, but that's why I'm looking at it like this. Y'all making millions of dollars. Why you can't fix this little patch?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. But here's the thing. They could be making millions. I have no idea. But what I'm saying is, just because they are doesn't mean. Think about it this way. If I'm making $1 million, If I solve your problem, I make $1,002,000 because I don't have to keep going back and paying somebody.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't just keep doing it. Why would I keep doing it?
Gotcha.
Right?
Understandable.
So here's what I think is going to happen. Okay. I think what's going to happen is if this repair works, you're going to be good. They're good. Something happens with it, they're going to come in and they're going to fix it and they're going to try to make it right. Let's assume that for whatever reason, Glencoe is just evil and they don't want to do it.
You're not saying.
Let's just, no, I know, but let's just assume they are for the sake of argument. You're going to come down to the inspection in June or July, and somehow or another, it's going to get resolved.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They can't be that bad. You don't want to move.
No, that's
Like
what I
the-
like it. It's just I don't want to breathe mold when I'm in the shower.
You just want this one thing.
That's it.
Because you don't want to breathe mold, you think, when you're in the shower.
That's it. That's it.
You know why? Because you don't want to breathe mold at all, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, you got a phone?
Yes.
When you get on your phone, go to your weather app, and they're going to tell you that there's mold, all kinds of mold out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you walk outside, you're going to be breathing mold.
Gotcha. Facts.
Right?
Understandable.
Now, you want me to do something about that?
No, but it's not.
Okay, I
When
can't.
dripping, when you're in the shower, it's like dripping down on you mold, though. That's a different type of thing. If it was mold sitting right there and dripping down on you, you would move your chair.
Alan has to stand with an umbrella.
Right? But I understand what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. So so we're dealing with the present, right? So from the time that it was not fixed back, right? They have a whole lot of late fees on there that they charge. Like I really only owe them $385 in my utilities, and then they got like $600 and something in these late fees and court costs that we have here, right? So we talking about I've been getting charged late fees and everything while I'm in.
How much is owing on his account?
And then it's like
hold on.
Right now, the balance as of today is $931.85. There is some money in escrow.
$939?
$931.85.
Okay. So I'll ask the question. How do we get there? His monthly rent that I have currently, it's like $14.
Right. So there's also utilities of $255.85. That's owed from. So looks like the last time that Mr. Adams was at a zero balance was at the end of November
Of 23.
23. And then starting in December, there was only one payment made of $15. It was made on January 2nd, and no other payments have been made tonight.
Got it. So what's there are utilities and late fees
And court costs.
and court costs.
Court costs are $171.
and late fees are $450. I owe $621 in late.
Hang on.
As a late fee, it looks like late fees were assessed in February, and then March and April.
And how much per month?
$150. There's a
Okay.
two-tier late fee.
Got it. Okay.
I'll speak now. Okay. Yeah, they added all of those in there.
No. Let's back up a second. Okay. I'm going to take it. So you've got about $450 in late fees.
Yes.
And then you said 171 of court costs. So let me ask you this. Why didn't you pay the utilities?
Well, I'm under, when I came here, all you ordered me was to pay was the rent part, was to put in the
Okay,
escrow.
but hold it. Before you got here, you owed some utilities. They didn't just bring you here just to bring you here.
Well, that was my point. I have like the text messages and everything. I told them after October when we was going through this in October, and then they because I was in court in October for the same thing. In November when they came and fixed it, they didn't like it was still hanging. That's why I had to like the stuff was still hanging and dripping. In November when they fixed it, it was literally the guy left and it was still dripping mold and hanging. So I didn't pay November, and I was texting them, I was telling them since then. So that I was trying to get back to court. Basically, I said like I was trying to get back to court. Basically, it just took a long time because my rent only $14. Like honestly, I was trying to get back in front of this to make them to fix it because all they did was came and spray painted it and it was hanging down.
And Your Honor, plaintiff's position is that's not true. Mr. Adams is well aware of the process to file a work order. He did not do that. When plaintiff first found out about that there was an issue in the unit in the bathroom was when we were in court. Mr. Adams actually paid his $15 in January and spoke to the community manager that handles collection, and there was no mention about anything wrong with this unit. He paid $15 and they had a discussion about the unpaid rent at that time.
We talked about this. I have the text messages.
Okay, but why, Mr. Adams, why would you not pay your utilities?
Because it's rent and utility. It's part of the same. My rent and utility come together, right? It's the same thing. So in order, like it's just coming together. I was trying to go to court. Like they don't take you to court till it's over $100. So I was trying to come to court. I told them, like I have the text message, like I texted them before I told them. I went to the office and spoke with the guy, I think his name Ryan or something like.
You can always file a case.
Well, I know that now, but like I said, I wasn't really all the way aware
Mr. Adams,
how to do everything.
Mr. Adams, here's the problem. If I told you right now that you needed to pay to your landlord $311, can you pay it?
I'm gonna pay it right now. I'm gonna pay it right now.
Okay. So why didn't you just at least get that part paid?
Because I just paid what I was ordered to pay as far as on when I came in with the when you told the escrow you just pay the rent part in the escrow, and that's honestly all I paid. I just been keeping my money. I got my money. I'm not holding. I'm not trying to hold back nothing. I just was trying to get my stuff fixed. I can go pay them right now. Right, that's why I go right out.
Hold on,
right now.
Because I'm not done with the figure yet. Because doing it this way gets you into a problem because you got now, and I'm just talking without any of the late fees that they've assessed. There's $482 that needs to be paid. I haven't taken into account what you put in escrow yet.
Right.
So you're up around the $450 mark.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Now, and the problem is you're still going to owe some of these late fees.
How?
Huh?
They've been charging late fees while we've been going to court.
No, because you haven't paid. If you hadn't, Mr. Adams, you don't get to dictate stuff this way.
Can I speak?
If just listen, if you had paid everything, had a dispute, and then just paid your rent into court escrow, I'd say you're right about the late fees. The problem is that's not what you did.
Your Honor, you told me to pay when we stood there, you said how much
in
of my
March.
Rent? Right, and I paid and that's what they still charge me late fees for March and April. That's what I'm saying. They still charging me late fees they charging me these late fees while it's at escrow and we're supposed to be settling it here. They still racking up late fees on me. When if that was the case, like I thought that once we started handling this in court, I thought that because they put me on escrow.
Okay, you're already late for March by the time we got here.
But they put me in escrow.
Hold on. You hadn't paid in February. As I understand, there was February, March, and April late fees.
They put it in escrow.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So in February, you hadn't paid. You weren't yet in court. That was your goal.
Right. But
right?
I went, yes.
So in March, you get here, but you still haven't paid everything because I don't order you to pay until sometime around the 8th, but you still hadn't paid.
Because I went to court in February and they put in an escrow in February.
Mr. Adams, I will agree with you that maybe the landlord, because we're in court and I know what I ordered, to take off the April late fee.
Well, they had
But
already.
you're gonna owe February and March late fees.
Well, they had. What I was saying is they had put me in escrow in February when I went to court with the other judge in February. He put it in escrow first.
He can't do that
Yes,
because you didn't get here until March 1st, so you didn't do it in February.
The other judge did because they stopped paying Section 8. They say they notified Section 8 when I don't remember the exact first court date, but they said,
Adams.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, sir. I hear you. I'm not trying. I'm just talking. I'm not trying to.
No, I know.
Sir. I'm just trying to explain. I don't get a lot of
opportunities. You're doing a fine job. You do
I'm
a great job of talking. You need to listen.
Okay.
You're going to owe the 300 in late fees.
Cool.
I suggest, and if I were to rule on this right now, I tell them take off the 150. 931, 85 minus 150.
781.
You have that much?
Well, can I say this? Can I say one other thing, Your Honor? I just want to say one more thing. I live in an apartment. I do. I could pay.
No. Answer my question.
How much?
Go ahead. Say something.
Can I just want to say something? Like I live in an apartment that has 4 rooms in it, right? So if for about 5 months or so, I could only use 3 of those rooms. What about the abatement issue? The value of the apartment is not $1,279 a month. If it's mold in the apartment in one of the rooms, is this still the value of the apartment $1,279 a month? Is it? I'm just asking.
You want to move?
No, I did not. But I'm just saying if the abatement issue.
You want to move?
No, I did not.
So you're talking about the value of the apartment. Problem is, did you leave the apartment or have to go anywhere?
Yes, I was. I wasn't living there, and everybody knows. My whole apartment, I staying with my girlfriend.
Where were you living?
I was living with my girlfriend from November until February. I was not living in that apartment. I did not. Everybody in the apartment. I moved all my stuff out. I literally just moved it back. I got a U-Haul. I got the receipts. I definitely moved out all of my stuff. The whatchamacallit, the workers that came there, they was like, we're having all your stuff. I don't think
you're entitled to an abatement. I'm just going to tell you that. Now, we can go to trial on this because this is just a final settlement conference. But what I'm hearing is I don't see that.
You don't see abatement?
Sure.
I will have to prove it.
You've got to prove your part of the case, yes.
I think I could do that.
When you want to go to trial?
I think I can do that. When is one available?
What?
When is it available?
Would you guys be available for trial? I mean, you're not disagreeing with their principal case because their principal case is whatever. It's really your counterclaim and your trial. No, we better do this soon.
May 14th.
You have everything you're going to need ready May 14th?
I think I'll be ready.
And you understand you're going to be held by the same court rules that everybody else is held by.
What is that?
So it means I'm not going to hear hearsay. I'm not going to hear any of that stuff. You got to do it exactly like everybody else has to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will have to get like some representation, have me somebody come talk like how they talking, or at least get some consultation because I'm getting out talked and outflanked over here.
I don't know that you're getting out talked. You're the only one that's been talking.
Yeah, got outflanked.
Then you're out talking yourself.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe
okay. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know if trial gonna solve that, but that's just you.
Maybe. Like I said, I really don't. I'm not 100% all the way with this. I'm not. But I just know I'm not wrong here. Like with this, this is not right. The way the situation has went, there's got to be some type of justice to come across from there. That's an option. But McKinley owns everything. I would have to leave.
They don't.
McKinley owns almost everything out here. They 80% of the apartments.
Other places that
I'm living in an apartment. They own 80% of the apartments out here.
Okay, so
that's kind of like They got a big staple of the apartment, so moving would be still. I could move and still deal with
them. Why are you angry with
I'm
them?
not angry with them. I don't want.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
You don't want to move, but the place you say they aren't taking care of it. So you got to have it one way or the other, because you're not coming to me every month asking for an abatement. I'm not going to hear
Like
it.
a bad guy. I'm not trying to be a bad guy.
I don't think you're a bad guy.
This is coming off.
I don't think you're a bad guy. Unreasonable, maybe.
I don't
Not
wanna
a bad guy.
I'm not trying to be none of that. I swear I'm not.
I know you're not trying to. You're doing a good job at not trying to do something.
Still coming off as big.
I did not say that.
Is.
However you feel. But I'm just saying. Look, I don't know what you see coming out of this. I just try to give people a reasonable expectation on what they might see for a trial and the difficulties. That's one of the reasons I set final settlement conference.
Gotcha.
Right? Because you can think, like you said, when you like puffed out your chest, this now I can prove that. Okay, fine. Now it becomes, if I give you a date, 2 weeks from now, you got to put up or shut up.
Can I give like another week or something to make sure? Can I? Because I really don't. I want to make sure that I got. Because I want to be able to talk to the legal people and get something like for real. I just want to.
What legal people?
I want to go.
I've been here. I don't know how many times you ain't talked to any legal people.
I haven't. Never.
My third time setting the final settlement conference,
and I haven't talked to
not
nobody because I thought this was going to be. I thought honestly, I had a whole different. I thought it was going to be different. And honestly, and to be honest, I thought that she was my representation the first 2 times I came here. I didn't even realize that she wasn't representing me until I did. When she brought me in the first time, I did.
Don't even try it, Mr. Adams.
I'm not trying.
No,
I honestly did. I never said nothing about it, but I did.
Mr. Adams.
Honestly, I did.
Do not try to tell me that. And more importantly, just so that the record's clear, there would be no doubt in my mind that Ms. Kazari would have no way led you to believe, would have any way represented in any way that she was representing your interest as opposed to that of Glencoe. Do not even go there.
It was my fault.
It's your problem.
It was my fault.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's your fault.
She didn't do anything. I'm not saying.
Oh, I know she didn't. I'm going to tell you that right now. I know she wouldn't have done that.
She didn't do that. It wasn't her fault. I thought that I was going to have some representation. I never did it before. So when she called me back to talk to me, I thought that she was representing me. I didn't know.
Mr. Adams, what do you want me to do? You want a trial date?
Yep, I certainly do, sir. Because I think that
Then you get one, May 14th.
Cool. We can get out of here.
Thank you.
May 14th, 2024,
What time?
9 a.m. You better come. You better come ready, because if I go for trial, you better come ready. Don't ask me for any adjournment. Don't ask me for any favoritism on your side. Don't ask me for any of that. If you don't know how to do something, you don't have an attorney, you don't know how to do something, that's just going to be too bad. You got to figure it out. And you're going to have to figure it out on the spot. You understand the game rules we're playing by? We'll see you in 2 weeks.